Hi everybody, welcome to Missy's Imaginings. It's been a little while, and I'm going to attempt to go through some things and then try my left hand again with the mouse and see how it goes. So I have a couple things to go over because I haven't been sewing, so these guys are just the same as they were before, but I have have indulged in some retail therapy that has arrived. And also the other day my daughter and I went into town, and there's 3rd Street is kind of getting known for lots of fun little like boutiques and curiosity shops and fun little there's like serendipity ice cream, you know, it's just a really cute little stretch of street with lots of shops, and I hadn't been there for ages. You know, I kind of bypass everything and get groceries and get fuel and go home. So we had to go into town, and she said she had ordered a book, so we had to go to 3rd Street. So she said, well, let's walk down here a bit. And I said, okay. So we went into a cute little shop that has several areas that it's all filled with different vendors who occupy a certain space, and then they have things, and there's anything and everything in that little store. And so from a couple of the different locations, the one thing I found were these cute little Dutch shoes, and they look MSD size. And so when I was in the store and I stuck you know, my pinky in there to see if does it actually go all the way down, and it did. And so I thought, well, I'll try those. I don't know, they were like $4. So I went ahead and bought them and brought them home. And I had tried them on a couple MSD size, and I tried them on the 11-inch Mattel size. Couldn't get the foot in there, it was too wide. And I have a little USD, I don't even remember how big she is. The little one from Babobi Resin Soul. And all of their feet were too wide, and then I thought, wait a minute, what about a Tonner flat foot? And that's the one that actually fits in here. So these little feet that are in here are the Tonner flat feet, and they actually fit in those little Dutch shoes. So I don't know, they're probably supposed to just be an ornament, but I thought they were cute, and you actually can get a Tonner flat foot in them. So when you're out at thrift shops, you know, look around, you never know. The other thing I found is this wonderful little purse, and let's see, it is hard to undo with my hand. Oh, let's see if I can use my fingernail. You can watch my struggle here. I can't remember which side. I'm not going to be able to open it with this on my hand. But anyway, it does open. But it's a little purse, and it's a little porcelain purse. There's a hinge on the bottom, and it's so cute. So I want to put a little ribbon that would extend, just glue it from the inside so it will still close over the ribbon, and I can't open it now. But it's so cute. I just thought that was adorable. It's just a little antique porcelain purse. I thought, well, that's fun. That one was a little more. I think that was $8, and I just thought it was really cute. The other thing is I was at Walmart. Sometimes it is really hard to find prints that are the right size, and so in Walmart the other day I found these fat quarters that have the buffalo print. That's what I want, the buffalo plaid style, but it is a good reference for the 3rd scale. I thought it was a good size. Most of the time if you find this, the plaid is way too big and it won't fit the scale of the doll, but that was really good. So I got 2 of those. I think they were $1 like that. And then Walmart also had some really pretty cream sweater fabric, and this is 2 yards for $2. So once again, in their little, and it was all wrapped up into like what looks like a skein with the label around it. So it was 2 yards for $2. So check there. You'll find some fun yardage and sweater material. I always like to make big oversized sweaters. The other thing I've seen recently in some groups and just different videos I watch are people that are having trouble with dolls that are loosely strung or kicky, because they're loosely strung, so people try to restring them, but then they end up kicky. And so a lot of people will hot suede in the joints, which is just use hot glue and put the glue in the joint, and it adds friction. If you don't like that, like putting hot glue on your resin, what I like to use, it's a thick, heavy vinyl, and I cut it into discs, just little circles. I'll try to put a photo here. Is I cut into the disc and then cut a little hole, and then it makes just a little crescent shape, you know, like a circle with a hole in it, but then there's a slit. And so then I take that slit and slide the elastic bands through the little slit, and that hole goes around those bands, and then I use this to shim in the joints. And this fella, he had, I have him strung pretty good. His joints are all wired, but he's still, it was still pretty floppy in a lot of places, especially his knees. And so I went ahead and put these discs in the top and bottom joints of his knees as well as his ankles, and now he's really sturdy. Those knees aren't going to buckle. And so it's just a way to add a little bit more tension and a little bit more friction to secure some of those joints. A lot of times I'll also use, I have a clear vinyl version of these that I have in his head, up underneath his head, and it just gives enough of that friction to help them pose and hold still. And these have the vinyl, like a plastic vinyl on one side, and then a cloth on the other side. And so you can put them in either way, it really doesn't matter. Usually I put the vinyl towards the outer joint, and the soft part on the inside of the joint or the inside of the curve. That's kind of how I use them. But I'll probably have a bunch of these at the doll show coming up. Speaking of, in March, the end of March, I will be at the Wagon Wheel Dollar show at Rickreal. It's at the Polk County Fairgrounds here in Oregon. And so, yeah, I have my table purchased, and so I'll be there setting up. But I'll have a bunch of these available. So you can, I don't know, get a bunch of them for 50 cents or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, so I will have a bunch of those, and that way you can pick some up and put them in wherever you might need them. The next thing that we come to is I ordered some things. I had seen these on, I don't even remember, but they were more skin toned colored pencils, like for face-ups and stuff. So I thought, well, I'll try those. And then I got to looking, and there was another brand as well. And I thought, well, I'll try those too. I don't know, I can't sew. I might as well buy stuff. Sorry. But you know, we do what we can. So I ordered, I'm curious to see if all three things I ordered are in one package. Ah, and they are. So I ordered these from Amazon. So the first ones we'll look at are the Crayola and their Colors of the World colored pencils. So I thought, well, let's try those. Because a lot of times you just don't have enough browns or enough peachy pink tones to do what I want. Let's see. You can watch me struggle to open the plastic. I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. So we have, yeah, these pencils. I saw someone review them, and I thought, well, I never even knew this was a thing. I haven't looked in the Crayola aisle for too long, I guess. Which is odd, because usually I'm like an office supply addict. But I guess since I'm not teaching anymore, I don't actually get in there as often as I used to look at school supplies and office supplies. But here we go. Now I'm going to regret this because I've taken them all out. But these are all the colors. They're wonderful colors, and so I'm anxious to try them. And these ones are not watercolor. They're just the Crayola brand. Oh, and there's one more in there. Okay, I'm going to have to put these away. So that's the Crayola brand. And like, I have this on here, so I'm not going to try to scribble with them, but I do like the colors. And there were, on the review that I watched, there are 3 different classifications of colors. And so the one classification has an almond suffix, the second one has a golden suffix, and then the other one has a rose suffix. So it's like very deep rose, and then there's like a medium golden, deep golden, and then very deep or whatever, and then deep almond, very deep almond. So it's either almond, rose, or golden as the tone separations. But I'm tickled to start working with those. I thought they were a good variety of colors. So while I was looking at that, there were also a set of Master Premium Softcore Colored Pencils. And I thought, well, and this is a skin and hair color set as well. And I think I overpaid on the Crayolas because I got them off of Amazon, and I think they were, I don't know, they were over $10, but then I found them on eBay for like $8, and then some were even like $7 with free shipping. So if you don't mind going to eBay, that's where I should have went. And then these have a thicker lead, but they also have really nice colors. And because the pencil itself is all black, you probably won't, whoa, watch out. You probably won't be able to see as much of the colors, but I'm anxious to try these too. And there's even a couple grays and a black, and then some of those skin tones. And these ones, let's see, I was curious. I couldn't remember if they were watercolor pencils or not, which I know some people only like to use watercolor pencils. I actually have used both, and these just say Master on them. Oh, and then they have the color at the end. So they only say Master. They don't say if they're watercolor, so they're just soft core colored pencils. So that was the other thing that I bought. And then I bought a new set of brushes that are very tiny for face detail work. And one thing I discovered, I'd watched a bunch of videos and practiced a lot, and I have lots of brushes. And one thing that was recommended when we're doing face-ups is not only go for a tiny brush, but go ahead and use a brush that has a little bit longer bristles, because they're more easily controlled when you consider the flow of paint coming off of them. And so I was curious. I had one that was a little bit longer that I had kind of put aside because I don't know, it's longer, is it going to work as well? And it actually did work better than the ones with the real teeny tiny short bristles. And so this set had quite a few brushes with the longer bristles, so I thought, well, I'll get those and try those for face-ups. So that was my first package. And then my other adventure is dun, 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 this box. So our other box opening was for this fella with these 2 heads, and there was his wig and I think another wig. And then I also ordered the cookie sculpt from BJD Gravity, who's the sculptor for these, and it finally arrived. And it was a little unnerving because things have to get through customs. And so the tracking, it came to one spot, and then it stopped and didn't move and didn't move. And I thought, oh goodness, but I knew the holiday was around, and so it took a while to get to LA. But then the weird thing is that most of the waiting was at customs in Los Angeles. And so I waited and waited. But I've learned with this shipping, this came EMS. The interesting thing is yesterday, sorry, you're watching the struggle here with my left hand. The tracking yesterday morning said that, oh, it cleared customs. Well, then it arrived yesterday afternoon. So it's like, I don't know if they're just super, super fast, or if they backlog and backdate their tracking information. So this box will have the cookie head, and I also got another wig. And why do I have two cans? Okay, this is strange. Maybe there's just this one's heavier, so maybe this is just the wig. Maybe to protect. Ouch, this is kind of, there we go. Maybe it's just the wig, and just to have a reason to have a bigger box to keep it from flopping around. We'll do this one first. I'm surprised because I have two of her really cute little cans, which I didn't expect, but it is very light, so this will probably just be the wig. Aha, yes, okay. So this wig is a small brown wig to fit this guy. So this goes on the 39 centimeter, and I also have, this one, the chocolate, and then I also have a peach that doesn't have a face up yet. And so I did get a little bit of variety for wigs. So we'll open this up. There we go. Oh. Oh. So there we go. So it's just a little brown wig. So it's just a straight brown, but I thought, there we go. Now we have a variety of hair colors, and there's also some little Velcros in case we want to use those. So there we go. Now let's see if I can put this back in here with my fingertips. Okay. And there we go. Put that in there. So that one is the wig. Sorry it's taking me longer than normal. Alright. Ah! I'm throwing things. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the cardboard. Alright, I don't need this box. Okay. So the next one will be the cookie head. This is the one I've been waiting for. Okay. Alright, plastic off. So here we go. Alright, so we have the little certificate of authenticity and BJD Gravity. And this is the cookie head, so it has this little photo on there, and it's like a nice hard little plastic. Alright, let's take him out. Alright, and I have a body all ready for him, like this one. So here we go. Oh, smells like some resin. So here we go. There's his head. Now I'll come closer to the camera and hopefully it will pick that up. Alright. So that's his face sculpt. Oh, it's gorgeous. So pretty. And then there's the back of the head. Oh, he looks so handsome. So, oh, I'm so excited. So this face, we'll go ahead and get his face up done eventually. And then I do need to add a little bit to this one. There was a couple places that got a little scruffed, so I'll go ahead and fix him up, and then we'll get this face up done. But oh, he's here safe and sound. So I'm very excited for his arrival. Now let's see, we'll put him back in here. There we go. So, yes, I was a little nervous for a while, and I kept trying to make sure that I was home because the tracking is so unpredictable. Like I say, yesterday morning, first thing in the morning, it said that it cleared customs, and then the next thing I know, it's on my doorstep. So, and I had to sign for it, you know, so I couldn't go anywhere until it got delivered, and it doesn't really say, oh, we're coming today. It was yeah, kind of touch and go. But he's here. So this is here, and his body is this body, because he is a little bit taller than this guy. And so there we go. And that is all the SD heads that she has sculpted and available right now. So of course I'll be watching for another one. So as far as BJDs, there's so many beautiful ones that you can choose. And of course I've been to Angel Studio, and they have a new sculpt that I really like. And then they have one older one that I really like. And I keep debating and debating, and I'm like, well, no, because right now I'm not working, and so I need to be more careful, so I won't be purchasing them. But I do want to keep my eye open in case she has more heads, because I do have a couple more bodies available if she sculpts an additional head. So they're already in boxes and they're here. So anyway, so we'll see what happens with that. But in the meantime, I hope you're doing well. And I hope to see many of you at the March, is it the 26th? I don't even remember the date. I think it's the 26th. The Wagon Wheel Dollars show. It's a doll and teddy bear show. I'll be there. If you just look for my table with my logo, I've got the hydrangea skirting on there. Many of you who already come, you'll already know where I'm usually located and what to look for when you're there. So yeah, so feel free to come by, say hi. It's always so fun to see you guys. And then just kind of watch in the comments. I had someone ask me about washing a Tonner Eloine, I think it was Eloine, a Eloine Wild doll, about washing her hair. They got one secondhand, and her hair was really gummy and sticky. And I've used just a gentle dish soap to wash doll hair, because it's not real hair. So I don't necessarily want to use shampoo, because shampoo a lot of times has other conditioners in it and things that are supposed to be, you know, good for human hair and follicles and all that kind of stuff. But I usually use a gentle dish soap, because it's not even, you know, mohair. It's just synthetic plastic is what the fibers are made out of. And I found that worked really well. I bought, I rescued a Corito Kids doll from a sale. I got it for $3. I couldn't believe it. That's a whole nother story. But I used a dish soap on her hair to wash it, and it seemed to work really well. And then I just gently, before it was totally, I just towel dried it. And before it was totally dry, then I just gently used a loose comb and wound the curls around my finger, and then just took my finger out to kind of reposition the curls, and it worked really well. But if any of you guys have ideas on what works better, if you want to leave those down in the comments, so that way if you're the one who asked me the question, search in the comments. Maybe people have better suggestions than I do. I just haven't redone hair that much, but I have washed a few that I bought that were kind of icky when I bought them. Is that a word? Icky? So anyway, that's what I've used, is just a very gentle dish soap. It seems to cut through grease and dirt, you know, that you would use to clean a countertop or plastic or dishes. More so than some of the shampoos. So anyway, that's what I did. If you've got better ideas, leave them down below in the comments, and that way you can help each other out on that kind of stuff. So there we go. That's my retail therapy since I can't sew. Yeah. This, I have physical therapy again tomorrow, and then that's getting towards the end of February. We'll see how it goes from there. So far, there's not a lot of change. When I straighten my hand, you know, it straightens. This one can go like this. This hand goes about to there. That's all it'll do. I can still use it, but I'm not supposed to, because they want to relax those tendons. So yeah, so I'm wearing this. I ice it and do the hot cold bath on it and all that stuff, but not a lot of change. So I thought, well, we'll show what we purchased, because I can still walk around and shop. My goodness. Anyway, have a good one. I'll see you next time. Bye.